Hi everyone, Kim here again. This is a different tutorial regarding logging your Edgenuity professional development hours. If you recall, during professional development, we put together some exercises for you to do to put towards your hours, your professional development hours, and that is to review the content and go through the content that you will be responsible for teaching your students in Edgenuity. So each of you has a login as a student. I've sent you an email with your login for your student login, not your educator login. So you'll go to edgenuity.com and click the login button up here at the top right, and you'll do the student login, okay, for this PD portion. Basically your first name, last name, student, and your password, which is in your email. Once you log in, you're going to see several squares, basically several different courses in your classroom setup. So what you'll do is when you click Next Activity, a prescriptive test will pop up. I don't think that's going to happen in my case, but a prescriptive test will pop up and it will allow you to test out of that subject area. So that way you won't waste your time going through the content. If you take a prescriptive test and you test out of it, clearly you're familiar with the content. You don't need to take that particular course. And then you move on to the next course over here by clicking Next Activity, and that will have a prescriptive test that will pop up. So what's going to happen is the threshold for passing the prescriptive tests for educators is 70%. So if you get a 70% or higher on your test, you have tested out of that course, okay? And the way we track what you're doing in here, now of course I can see session logs, I can see the work that you do through the reports. However, Mr. Michael would like you to track that on this spreadsheet that I created, and this is your professional development content training log for Edgenuity. The key here is what you're going to use to fill out some of your cells. So course complete indicates that you have taken the course or part of the course and you have tested and you have passed the course, and that's where you'll use CC. Testing out, I just explained, okay? So when the prescriptive test comes up, if you pass it with 70 or higher, you will have tested out of that course. You do not need to go through the course and complete it. You are done. And the other code is IP in progress. So when you didn't test out of something, you are taking that course, you are in progress, which is IP, after which point you will indicate CC when you're done with the course. Now down here at the bottom you will see tabs for each content area. So if you click on the Sciences tab, here's an example of a daily log that I put in. All right. The expectation for Mr. Michael is that you will spend 1 hour per day during the week, either 8 to 9 or 3 to 4. Or 3:30 to 4:30, whatever your final hour is of the day, either your first hour before teaching or your final hour after teaching, or both, if you have that kind of time, where you'll be able to log in and do your PD. So for example, I put my name, I put the date, the time logged, and I split the hour between biology in progress. Maybe I started it, maybe I read a couple of pages and stopped. And then let's say, for example, during that hour I tested out of chemistry, I tested out of earth science, science 6, 7, and 8. Okay? Once I've tested out, that indicates that I don't have to return to these anymore. That's marked basically complete. Okay? So the only things I see myself needing to review again are biology and physics. So I'll spend my time doing that. And then finally I had 3 days, 3 hours that I spent, or close to 3 hours that I spent in progress on biology, And on that 5th day or 4th day I was in, I decided to go ahead and complete it. This is not realistic. I know that. Okay. I know that in 1 hour I can't test out of 5 subjects and still start another. I'm just giving you an example of how to fill it out. Okay. So if this were to be more accurate, I would say 5 hours. Not that I have that kind of time in a day to do that, but just know that your logged time and where you are in the course is important, so that Mr. Michael can track you for evaluation for professional development points. So you'll notice in each tab I have the teacher's name. Okay, so I've already put your name there, and you'll just start filling out what you've done for that day. No, we are not expecting you to hit all of your courses in one day. That's absolutely impossible. But we would like to see that you have spent 1 hour and at least one course per day. For English, again, I'm sorry I haven't made this large yet, but here we go. In English, it's kind of the same idea. I have Miss Sheila's name here and Miss Fern's name here. And again, I've left the example up here just so that you can all see it. I've left the key up here. I've done the same for math for Mr. Johnny and Miss Kathy. Same for social studies for Miss Betty and Mr. Ronald, and CTE and health as well. Miss Tracy and Mr. Derek. Miss Tracy will only have econ and personal finance, and Mr. Derek will have health 9 and 10. So I try to keep this as simple as possible. If there are any changes made to your tabs that Mr. Michael would like to add or remove, then I will make that update and I will email you an update to what has changed. But we're trying to keep it simple. We're trying to keep it quick. We don't want to take up a lot of your time trying to log your hours. When this is ready, I'm going to post it on the share drive, and I will send you all a link in email. Thank you, guys.